and welcome to round 8 of season 2 of F1 2020. Of course, as you can see, the famous Monaco. Only difference is it's Monaco at night. Of course, it was a decision made way up front at the beginning of the season, before the tracks were even drawn. Of course, for those who remember that, the tracks were drawn at the time, and the tracks basically that were drawn, you know, that's how we determined the calendar for the season. And it was said that should Monaco be drawn, it will be a nice race, and that's exactly where we are. Monaco got drawn, and it's a nice race. I just want to get our stuff out here for comments. Of course, I see two viewers already. For those of you watching, welcome. Of course, as always, you know the drill. Pop your comments there in the comment section, be part of a chat. Kinda lonely at times, especially on a 100% race. Always nice to have you guys be part of a chat. Just, you know, make the night go quicker, and also makes it more fun, because some of you yeah, okay, I won't say too much about the comments, but yeah, it helps, it keeps you one going. Right, just want to get our details here as always. Just want to see a couple of guys joined late. They were not at the start of the lobby initially. I see Foss did manage to join. Looked like he just had a bit of a connection issue. But Foss is in. I see Carter Boy is also in there. Well, Carter Boy in the sense of Pickle. So 13 drivers actually. So 13 drivers, one more compared to last week. Of course, last week we started the stream and then some connection issues, and yeah, it was pear-shaped from them. But anyway, welcome the Muna. Of course, a guy that's in the com section tonight and not on the track due to other commitments. Of course, life does happen, family time and work time, etc, etc. In a perfect world you can do sim racing every day 24/7, but unfortunately in our world you can't. The real life still happens. So yeah, we got Quinton putting the fastest lap so far, 1:10.0. Let's see if somebody can beat that or get close to it, but that's a decent time. Of course, everybody will get through. 13 drivers, so all 13 will get through to Q1, provided of course they post a valid lap. Thing is, of course, quality one, not really a major thing. As I say, all 13 of them go through. It's a bit of a dress rehearsal. Real action starts in the next session when 3 guys will be eliminated and only the top 10 goes through to Q3. Of course, pole position will be a very, very big advantage here, of course, knowing Monaco. But again, I'm going to say it, I said it before, and I will even say it for Monaco. Starting last is not necessarily a bad thing, especially the first corner. Only 13 cars on the grid, but 13 drivers going for that first corner at the same time. That can be catastrophic. So I don't think last is a bad place. Of course, also keep in mind it's 100% race distance as always, so 78 laps. Hour and a half, hour 14 minutes. Fatigue is going to be the biggest thing in my opinion. Yeah, you can be fast. Yeah, you can keep it out of the barriers. Sometimes, of course, being fast and trying to keep it out of the barriers doesn't work together. It's either one or the other. But 78 laps, doing it consistently, keeping it clean, fatigue is going to set in. Who's going to be able to keep a concentration and concentrate for all 78 laps? Who can do it with no errors or the least amount of errors? Of course, this is also a track that's known to be to have a high mortality rate on front wings. Yeah, a couple of cars crash out as well, but how many front wings did we see being replaced? So a couple of guys actually will have to mind with front wings, so the pits is also going to be busy. A lot of front wing changes here in Monaco usually. Of course, it is night as well. I'm not sure about the weather. If it's going to rain, it's going to spice things up a little even more. Monaco, night and wet, why not? But yeah, let's wait and see. If one of the drivers are perhaps listening, if somebody can please give us a weather update. So we'll see how this one unfolds, of course, but like I say, let's watch later the fatigue and of course who can keep it clean with the least amount of errors. We're going to definitely see some wings being replaced. Big test of course tonight. Team TGR still 100% race finish. All 3 drivers finished all the races so far. Monaco's a bit of a game changer. Let's see what we can do tonight. But not just for TGR, all the guys on the grid actually. Legend of course part of Team TGR. A 1:12.9, currently sitting in 5th, but like I say, this is nothing really to worry about. This is just to get a lap in to make sure you go through to the next session. And surprisingly, the guys in front, the top 3, not out on track. They posted their lap, got back into the pit. No point in risking it now and jeopardizing your qualifying. Hallo aan jou ook, Mr. 13. Wat het daar gebeur? So quick disconnect voordat die lobby begin het. Amper gedag load shedding het kom kuier. Yeah, great. So Fossey just saying there no rain, so it's going to be a dry race. But don't give up a shit. I do know rain always adds a bit of fireworks, but it's Monaco after all. You don't need rain to have fireworks happening here, so we'll see. Surprised Legend actually did so many laps. Unless of course it is for a bit of practice as well. You don't want to risk the car, not at this stage. You want to qualify as high up as possible. But again, if you start last and you keep it clean and you can keep your concentration, there's nothing wrong with coming from the back. Of course the guys in front will have all the pressure because they have to watch in front of them as much as what happened behind them. Especially if guys gonna put them under pressure. Hey. So jou stoofie is geneek, so jy moet stoofplaat laat check. Ken daai drill is gewoonlik 'n stoof wat daai doen. All the guys just cutting that chicane of course is just to get back to the pits. Already put on their lap time. Not sure why you want to cut at this stage. No, it's still 9 minutes to go, and it's not like he's in a hurry to get back to the pits anyway. Medium so long, of course, saving the softs for the race. Knowing that you just need to put a lap time on the board, doesn't need to be massively fast. That's why Ronald would have gone for the mediums. Yep, en al die soutwater goed daar in die drade goed in. Daai klammigheid. But yeah, one of them things, life is life. No. Otis! Sure there's a sponsor here, Otis. Or I'm actually just confusing it with a different game, but anyway. Gaffby going slow, Puller getting out of the way of the faster cars. He's also surely on his way back to the pit. He's posted a lap, no need to do anything harsh at this stage. Bit of a in and out season this season. Bit of an injury for ligaments in the foot and not the easiest to do driving. Of course a guy that's used to steering wheel. That pedal skin can be quite ouchy with torn ligament, and of course the team is already one guy short after the judge decided he had enough of Coach Masters and their glitches after one too many races of disconnect and not able to join. Haven't seen Judge since then. A real guy flying the flag there for Team RQR is Force, unfortunately. Can't do it all by himself, but you know what, at least he's still there, he's still representing the team, still getting some points. The big announcement tonight, of course, the last 2 races of this season will stand over to next year. Yeah, so for last two races, of course, round 9 and 10, Singapore and Italy. The two remaining races will stand over till next year, of course. Maybe we can do one race next week, but then it means one race to stand over to finish the season. And besides, a couple of guys already on holiday, in the holiday mood. And the following week is Christmas, and the year thereafter is New Year's. And I don't think the guys are going to be much in the racing mood on Christmas Day or in New Year's. Of course, we all know what's going to happen on New Year's Eve. A couple of guys will be recovering on New Year, so I don't think it's the best time to drive. So decision was made to postpone the last two races till early next year. So the first full Friday after all holiday proceedings will be the 8th. So we will do Singapore on the 8th of Jan. Of course retired, so he had enough. Of course, no surprise. Just under 6 minutes to go. Oh, there is somebody who's really what you call a honeymoon dick. Hello, Mr. Pickle. Oh wow, 100 meg fiber line, so it means you and brother can finally go racing at the same time without issues. And no Wi-Fi, and it's a stable, so I just hope both of you, when you have fiber, you do network cables to your PlayStations, even better. No signal loss, no disconnect, no in and out. Otherwise you're going to keep the name of honeymoon. Vino outlap, only guy still to post a lap. Yeah, so Mr. Honeymoon, not sure where the brother is tonight. Wanted to come back with a bang and then they disappeared again. Good to see one of them back. So I'll call them both Honeymoon from now on. Of course tonight, funny enough, I've got car sounds in Q1. Normally in Q1 there's no sounds for me, all silent background, but tonight miraculously, I think it's only like the second time this season where it happened, where I actually have full sound in Q1. Surprise, surprise. But I must also say there was a bit of an update. I think 3 gig if I remember correctly, not sure if it had any of a multiplayer or spectator stuff. So let's wait to see. Just over 3.5 minutes to go, still only 4-2 decided to he's done. A couple of guys sitting in the pit still. R8 and Southern Quentin, the only guys who's under the 111s. Force and Maverick not far off. Always coming back into the pits. Not Maverick, not really pushing as hard. Of course, no surprise, he's coming into the pits. Gas pick out again, not sure why. Purple first sector, that's why. Can he keep it together? Surely this is just for bragging, right? Because at this moment, yeah, he might get first if he keeps this up. But it's only for the session, it doesn't mean anything. This is just a dress rehearsal, like I said, everybody is through. So Wesley also decided enough is enough, he retired. Coming very close to some of these barriers. Purple second sector. Ooh, bit of contact with barrier, but luckily not too much. Again some contact, but luckily it's just the outside of a wheel. Oh, and there's too much, and there, in the last corner he spoils his lap. Front wing gone. Luckily for him it's just front wing and not more damage, which would have actually caused his rest of his qualifying. Now it's just a matter of nursing it back to the pits. Something Gaspic is not very good with, nursing a car back to the pits. As you can see, hitting barrier upon barrier. You must be careful here now, otherwise this qualifying session will be over. Oh, now he goes straight. Gonna have to hit reverse. Not sure what he's trying now. Oh, now he decided to retire. Very peculiar place. Just under 40 seconds to go. For Roberto De Valerie. Okay, in comes Jean as well. Good lap here from Gavin, but in the last corner he just gave it too much. Just waiting for everybody who's still out there to finish, and well, if I say everybody, it's just Maverick. Everyone else is in the pits or far past the finish line. Right, just waiting for this session to come to a finish. Right, just here we go. Sorry, just had to move away a moment. Controller got out of reach and disconnected instantly. But ja, session done. Ja, voor ek weet van die controller, ek het te ver weggeloop en as jy out of range is, disconnecte outomaties. Right, just waiting for that 12 seconds to countdown and bring on session 2. Right, there we go. Counter started, 15 seconds counting down. Q2 is underway. Who's going to be the first out this time around? Last time around it was Safwan. Of course, if I say Safwan, Mr. Safwan himself. Right, here we go. Somebody is blinking. Two cars actually. Wezo is the man leading it, and behind him will obviously be Pickle. Yep, there we go. Pickle me this, pickle me that. He's a cucumber in a jar. Guys just want to get out there, get some empty track. Just clear the track to get some lap times in. Of course, you don't need to go out first, just make sure you have enough of a gap, because two more guys coming out. Of course, is on his way. And he's got the Ronald in front, but they're not as close to each other as Pickle is to Wezo. Right, Wezo coming around, as you can see there, just there we go, here comes Pickle as well. Just from the shot you can actually see the cars coming past there. So, there we go, comes down the start finish line. About to start the hot laps. That's Wezo and Pickle. We're getting a bit of traffic now. Legend just getting out of the way. Oh, trying to get out of the way as well, and then made contact with Pickle as a result. Oh, and now he gets a 5-place grid penalty for that. He tried to stay on the outside of the track, and then Pickle just rode into him. Bit of a peculiar place, just got himself tangled up here between these two faster cars. And for good measure, we also have a missing end plate. Just gonna have to put on a new wing. Plus is gonna drop down 5 places. Not ideal. You would want to get as much points as possible for his team, because obviously his team is battling with the Safwan boys for the championship. A 112.4 from Wezo. Maybe Pickle is on the Safwan boys' payroll. Gatsby's still in the pits. Normally also like to go out early on the odd occasion, but sometimes you also prefer going out late, so we'll have to wait to see if he maybe do this one in the middle. Pickle also coming in, so you might also have some front wing damage. Also on 11.5, and Pickle retires. So Pickle will start potentially 11th. Not sure, he had more than enough time to replace the wing and go out again, but he decided to retire, so starting 11th, that's not a bad place anyway. So let's just see what his plan with that. Can be all part of his strategy. He did make it safe to the pits, and he actually drove into the pits and then retired. So not sure of the thinking behind it, but we'll have to see how this one unfolds. Code Masters for you there. Car slowing down for the others, as if that will happen in real life. Guy coming out of a pit will have to wait for the car coming past before you can go out. Other man of JSW out there. Everybody out lap or in lap, but don't worry about making that chicane. Just slow down enough and go over force bad enough. He's gonna call it early this time round. You just want to make sure he's through to the next session, and with that lap time he should be. Pickle already out. The 112's not going to be, is for once just going to be in the drop zone. Let's just give me 1 second. Sorry about that, just got some guys actually just discussing some strategy and stuff, so yeah, just had to step away there for a moment. Full force there, 111 in front, 8.5 to go. Mr. Safo on the 110 again, first guy again to the 110s. Of course it's all good getting a good solid fast lap, but maintaining it for a whole race, especially a track like Monaco, that takes something. Yellow flags, of course, nothing to read too much in it, it's just the slower cars getting the faster cars behind past them. Half of the grid basically went out so far, and we're already at the halfway mark in the session. Guys leaving it late this time. See what the can do. Can he do another lap? Can he actually take that momentum he had in the first session? And yes, he does. A 110.3. You almost did it in the first session. I was just about to say, can he do it again? Because that would have given him purple, and he did manage to do it. A 110.3. Piggy looking comfortable. He must just keep his concentration, do clean laps, and then he can be in the... That's really the pick amongst the pigeons. Never mind the cat. Montenegro 112.9. I said it before, not a lot of times, but I'm going to say it again. I definitely like this purple and green. How we brought it together. Purple, but if you think about the Racing Point, the green potentially colors of Aston Martin next year. Of course, Aston Martin, British green, normally racing stripe colors, and that pretty much the colors came together, inspiration for this livery, and of course the name not Aston Martin Racing. And the irony behind that name, Aston Martin in F1 next year, they don't supply their own engines, it's going to be Merc engines. It would be awesome though if Aston Martin can build their own engines in the near future and they power their own cars. Of course Merc, Renault and Ferrari have done so, full chassis, full engine. If Aston Martin can do that, that would be awesome. And another engine supply on the grid. Sean with the 113 definitely in the drop zone. Just under 4.5 to go. And he's got to invalidate his lap. Coming back to the pits. He did go medium, perhaps. He might change over, or if that is tragedy, then that means he's pretty much done. A couple of guys actually mixed options there on the tyre strategy. So far, not Kimi, still to set the lap time. Pickle of course retired. Hallo Mr. Boucher. Funny enough wat jy nou oppop. Ek wou jou vanaand al 'n message gestuur het, maar ja, toe raak ek al weer besig hierso. Vrou, hoe gaan dit daai kind man? Jy stil. Altyd nice om Yui te sien. Nu op die track vir die laaste paar weke die as a result of personal reasons, but yeah, good to see he's still in the comments. It's like Muna. Whenever Muna doesn't race, he pop into the comments every now and then. A couple of guys, even if they race, they still pop in the comments. Nice to see the guys supporting each other, even if they're not able to race themselves. Avino goes 6. Of course, this is just to get into Q3. The real battle still coming. Jean in the drop zone. Pickle of course retired. And Kimi at the moment the other car on mediums. Can he lock Legend? Well, Legend's already going to be out of the top 10 thanks to that 5th place grid penalty. But I don't think the game is smart enough to comprehend that, so then obviously he's going to take Legend. Well, if Legend stays in the top 10, mind you, sorry, let me not criticize the game. If he qualifies 10th, he will still go to the last session. Of course, wherever he finishes in Q3, then the 5th place grid penalty gets added, so let me not be too harsh on the game. Ooh, and that's a retirement for Kimi. Kimi hit the barrier. That's Kimi gone. So Kimi is out, so he will not see Q3. Oh wow, Jean is pushing, but can he do something? It's not much between him and Legend. Legend in the pits. I don't think he's going out again, and there's not. If he goes out, there's going to be just enough time, but yeah, there's literally a few seconds left. So can Jean displace him? Yui, nice om te hoor, jou pa is daarom okay, nice himself. Shame man, jou ma nog en nice you. Ek hoop het gaan goed daar met haar en sy raak beter. Nog steeds sterkte vir julle mense daar, so dink aan julle. Nie lekker nie. Lekker aangenaam om jou weer terug online te sien. Hulle sit net in die comment section. Legend definitely is not doing another lap. All eyes on Jean. Can he displace Legend? As you can see, the gap between the two of them is not that big. Bit of contact with the barrier, just scraping the tyre wall a little bit. For the swimming pool section. Rash gas. Final corner. Up to speed. DRS wide open. Start finish line coming up. And he does put Legend into the drop zone. Jean manages to go into the top 10 for the pole shootout, displacing Legend. So our guys who will leave the session, well, who will leave quali after the session is Pickle, Kimi and Legend. Nee, kyk jy, ek weet, ek kan verstaan hoe dit daar gaan, ek meen. Ek kan nie dink hoe jy op die oomblik voel, elke call potentially wat sy nuus kom en jy weet ek nie meer wat om te verwag nie. Maar die tyd lyk my jou ma's ook 'n fighter want sy byt nog steeds vas. Maar ja, ons hou duim vas vir julle en dat alles goed uitwerk. Dit is ook nie lekker om so te sit die hele tyd te wonder nie. Jean cutting it at full speed. Session is over. He's just making his way back to the pits. Pretty much it is just Jean that still need to finish. Everyone else are done with their lap times. There we go, Jean coming into the pit, so then this session will be over. OMG. Guess what, people? Eskom to implement stage 2 load shedding starting at 6 AM tomorrow. So load shedding is back. Load shedding is back. The figures are climbing rapidly, although I think all those figures are a bit tampered with to make things look very dumb. To motivate potential action that's coming, so we probably might have another address of a nation. Yeah, Eskom doing their bit. When Uncle Cyril's going to speak to us probably soon. Hey, some wonderful times. Ja, nee, kyk, Yui daar en, want soos jy sê, jy kan net sit en wag, as niks wat jy kan doen, en laat jy in afval in die hospitaal toe nie met die hele COVID story. Right, just getting these guys out, so far 3 of them. Well, Yui, not a bad call. Not a bad call. I think it's going to be him and Mr. Safwan. Definitely, if you look at the times from the previous session, Gapig was on his purple sectors in the first session when he hit the barrier in the final corner. Last session he did manage it, so yeah, it's going to be interesting in this one. So Gapig and not Fernando, and now Maverick, only guys in the pit. Maverick actually went out, but he bailed. I'm sure there was a bit of contact made, maybe a bit of a excessive damage to a tyre. Ronald the 1:11.4, but obviously that's just to getting started. That lap time is going to come down by far if you already judge it based on the previous sessions. Here we go, Safwan Quinton 110.2. Force 110.8, so Force also getting into the 110s now. A couple of guys make their way back into the pit. Yeah, true that, true that.
50%, maar het is altyd met Gavin, 50%. Jy weet dit nie wat 50% het gaan wees nie. Okay, somebody's blinking in the pit. Can only be Weezer as his teammate is on track. Here we go. Gatpick also out now. Yellow helmet with a yellow car, Mr. Banana Man. Banana Peak. Strong move there from Fernando. Maverick also not after he went out and came back in. Ja, wel, Yuri het gaan 'n hell of a lap wees om dit te doen. I would, well, probably not impossible if you see how close we are, but yeah, it's going to take some effort. Right, Gatpick has started his out lap. Coming close to the barriers, but looking neat for now. No, this is too bright for Bumblebee. This looks more like a banana split, but because it's Gavin, we call it Banana Peak. Normally it's pork and apple juice, in this case it's pig and banana sauce. Yeah, 14 might bail out of it. Went a little bit too wide into the chicane. Yeah, it's a bit already cautious, yeah, slowing down. Ja, en Hand, hy het 'n paar groot menere gehad. Right, Gatpick giving it another go. Let's see, can he keep his focus? Can he keep it together? Still no sign of not Fernando or Maverick. Maverick just goes scrub a set of tires and then came back. Okay, purple first sector now for Gatpick. Going to the dreaded hairpin. Much better, much tighter line through out of the chicane. Coming into the swimming pool sector now, purple second sector. A little bit of a clipping of a barrier, but nothing major. Nice tight line in Rascat as well, final corner. I caught him out in the first sector, the first session. This time he got cleanly through it. Got to his line and a 1:10.29. Yo, look at that. It's close, it's close. Okay, Hunt and Senna, those were something else. Those guys knew the meaning of fear. And remember, they drove in a time where technology didn't exist like today. Start one quicker, there we go. You called it. You called it. Quentin actually responding now to Gatpick, seeing what Gatpick is doing. Went out there just to take it a little bit out of Gatpick's reach. Now Gatpick with a bit between his teeth. Is he gonna make a final push? Maverick is out, Fernando's out. Just under 3 minutes to go. Capit into the pits, he's going to put on fresh rubber. He can get in another lap if he's just quick with it. Look, of course, talk about Hunt and Senna. A lot of people go with the whole thing about greatest of all time, greatest of all time, greatest of all time. You know what? Greatest of all times? Yeah, some people were great, some people were, some people that. But you know what? You cannot say Hamilton is the greatest of all time. You can't say Schumacher is greatest of all time. The thing is, that will also be saying that likes of Lauda was crap, and I mean 3 times world champion, coming back from burning and still become champion after that. Oh, and that is Ronald purposely crashing his car out because he took that corner at full speed, didn't even slow down, attempt to, retiring basically not into the pits. The rule says if you want to retire, you must drive into the pits and then select retire. So Ronald being breach of rules. Anyway, so you would say Lauda was bad, or Lauda coming back from a heavy burn and still become champion. I mean, yeah, you take away stuff from Hunt. Hunt was living on the edge. You also say that, I mean, Fangio was the first 5-time world champion. You would say Sterling Moss was bad. So talk about one guy's the greatest of all time, you actually insulting other drivers, because you really can't compare, because these guys were in times, they were different times. Back then the technology didn't exist like today. Oh, now all carnage braking, damage upon damage, wing upon wing. Oh, and not Fernando just getting in the way there, holding up not Maverick a little bit. But not Maverick have more time for one more lap. But now he slowed down. This is 6th place, but he slowed down 22 seconds ago. So basically, if you look at the times, Schumacher was V12 and then the V10. Vettel was in the era of the V8. Hamilton is in the 1.6 hybrid. Senna and those guys didn't even have this technology and stuff. It was pure hustle, the car all the way. So to say even one driver by himself, just because he's got the most wins or most that, makes him the best driver, I doubt it. Because today, technology has advanced. The cars are more reliable today. You don't have retirements like what you had back then, the mechanical failures. Your driver points today, you score more for a win. Now you get 25 points for a win. Back in the day, you only got 10 points for a win. So you can't just say because of Hamilton having the most points, for argument's sake, now he's the best driver, or the most wins. Unfortunately, that is why records and stuff are there. They're there to be broken, and somebody will always find a way to surpass them as technology advances. So you need to look at it in the greater concept of things before you just say somebody's the greatest. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Maverick coming into the pits. So we got Safwan on the front row lockout. Quinton and Vino with Gafpick in third, but as you can see, not much of a gap between Vino and Gafpick. Can Gafpick get a good start and get himself amongst those Safwan boys? Yeah, Yui, only seatbelt. There was no halo, nothing like that. But anyway, so just confirmation. Quinton pole with Vino alongside him in the front row lockout. Gafpick in third. RZDV managed to bring it in fourth, fifth, not Maverick. As you can see, pretty much second to sixth, all in the 110s. Ronald at 7th, Jean in 8th, not Fernando, who will start in 9th, with Wezo in 10th. Of course, Legend, as we saw earlier, qualified in 11th after he got knocked out by Jean. Plus adding that 5 place penalty, he will start at the back then. Not sure if any other drivers might have joined since the lobby qualifying started. Oh yes, safety and stuff was not existing. You were really risking your life back then to race. You see, watch here, all these cars already putting out their front noses. They know there's going to be a lot of nose changes coming. You see, everybody's just playing their noses there. Just waiting for the drivers to finish their strategies. Of course, once somebody is ready, the counter will start, and of course, until that counter runs down, or basically everybody is readied up, then we will be going. It's a pity there's no rain. Rain would have really made this something else as well. Funny, that is a bit of a long one. Nobody has readied up yet. Really fine-tuning this strategy. There we go. Pickle is readied up, so count has started. Remember the time when you had the open helmet here with just the goggles over your eyes? Take off the helmet and the goggles, everything is black except your eyes, for all the oil and stuff there that you pick up. Right, and we've got the formation lap underway. Of course, this is the one thing that they brought in nice from a spectator point. Now you can check the penalties here on the fly. Of course, corner cutting is set to regular, so penalties won't be that much. Not that you can cut much of the corners here at Monaco. Oh wow. Pickle, a legend, going way out. I don't know, maybe not a bad idea starting at the back, but around here, is it really worth going for that tyre? We'll have to wait to see how that one turns out. Oh, not Kimi, spinning already. He wasn't very confident coming into this race anyway. Let's see how long this one lasts. You van ons af. That's a decision that we made. We set at the track draw at the start before the season started. Of course, all the tracks all the trucks, none were pre-selected. All of the tracks were drawn, and we said, in the event of Monaco being drawn, it will be a night race. And it just so happened that Monaco was drawn, and it became a night race. So we actually have two street circuits that is night races in a row. Because Monaco and the next one being Singapore. And this is also our season with the most street circuits in one season. Of course, Azerbaijan at the start of the season. Funny enough, we did do Monaco before in the night in the previous versions of this game. I think 18 or 19. Never. Yeah. But anyway, just waiting for it to go. Everybody's ready. Right, 5 lights, and it's a go. Oh, gap pick, drive-through penalty, jumping the start, and then you have a terrible start, jumping the start, and then he couldn't get away. Almost like he slowed down to make up for the jump start, and then as a result fell away. His teammate forced with a brilliant start, he's into third. Gap pick now picking up speed in 4th. Don't worry about too much there at the top, lap 2. Guy sitting as is, we know that's not right. Race just started, so we can't be on lap 2 already. Oh, now Gaspic has fallen back to last place. Maverick in 5th, so he made up a place. RGDB still 4th. John with a good start as well. Just to show you the position changes. Wezo made up 3, John 2, and then Maverick 1, and Force also 2 places.
biggest loser is Gaffy 10 places down, not Fernando 2 places down. Oh, and Pickle is out, DNF, and that brings out a safety car. Not even a complete first lap and we already got a safety car. If it were pitting this early, 5-second penalty, severe collision with Legend. Oh, Gaffy. And I guess Legend also got a penalty for that. Drive-through penalty for Gaff Peak, 5 seconds for Legend. But they served, it looks like. Oh, well, he did serve a time penalty there before they changed the nose. So we were stationary for 5 seconds. That would have been that initial, well, that would have been the 5 seconds now for collision. We still have to serve a drive-through though for the jump start. So he's going to have to come into the pits again. So Gaffbeek is pretty much done and dusted if I can. How do you motivate yourself to come back from here? Pico complaining about oversteer. Not sure. All I know is it's honeymoon syndrome. In and out, in and out. Of course, one good thing in Gaffbeek's favour is there's a safety car out. And he can't serve that drive-through under the safety car. But luckily he could serve a 5 seconds when he came in for the repairs. And also very early, not sure what this about. Okay, we just kept catching the back into it when it should have been a front wing replacement. Only reason why it would be this early. He forced a stop as well. He also changed tyres. Still early days. Still another 75 laps to go after this. All the beginning stages of a race, long way to go. Die pudding, you? What's a pudding verwys jy nou? Oh, corner cutting, and I said earlier you can't do corner cutting in Monaco. Haha, Gaffbeek proves you can. Safety car coming in this lap so we can be back to full racing again. Surely we know we'll just play rear gunner here for Quinton. Quinton just let go at the right time. Vino not able to hold on. RGD veer right on Vino. Just got his teammate breathing down his neck. Ja nee, wat is, daar is daar van die seisoen, begin van die seisoen af al. Deel van die display. Die moontlike pit strategy word veel wys of wat se tyre is wat ja. Dis een van die nuwe goed wat op hierdie seisoen is. Falling back to his teammate. Gaffbeek
29 seconds behind. So he couldn't catch up in time before the safety car got released. But then again he pitted again. As you see, he's on fresh tyres again, so he had another pit stop, never mind. Safety car,
Kimmy is out. Kimmy is out. Lap 5 and second. Safety car. Oh, and another drive-through penalty for Gatwick. Did he even get time to serve the first one?
If not, there's this potential DQ coming up. Guys, just bear with me. Sorry about that, we're back. So yeah, two retirements, 2 safety cars, and it's like 5 laps. Gatwick is borderlining disqualification. It's also showing drive-through legend 5 seconds, which he will probably serve only when he do his first stop. Also had a good start, 13th place up to 7th. Wonder how many safety cars, because if I'm not mistaken, this game is pretty much, I think 4 safety cars, and then the rest is VSC, and we already used 2. And one of them who actually triggered for one of the safety cars has found his way into the comms box, Mr. Kimmy.
Jy het my die sleutel gegee, en ek is bly om hier te wees, want ja, my trek is moeilik.
A couple of guys complained about this track before the start. I mean, the fact is that we're on lap 6, 2 retirements, 2 safety cars. So literally the safety cars lacked more laps than anyone else. So yeah, that shows it's not easy.
Yeah, no, look, whoever's gonna win this race, this is complete lottery. You can lead by 30 seconds. Ek can disappear in a safety car.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah.
I see you is very keen on the F2 season. You, not a bad suggestion. Know a couple of guys like the F2 cars. It's just there's been a few complaints about the format. They wanted to go back to the 100% race distance, what we're normally known for. But there was 2 or 3 seasons where we did 50% F1, 50% F2 in one night. So we'll see what comes up, and of course what the guys actually are interested in. Anything to spice it up and just get the guys interested, and you know, to make sure they fill up the spaces and race. But yeah, Kimmy, safety car number 2. What's your conditions like?
It's actually not that bad. It's grippy, it's quite quick. It's just, yeah, I haven't driven in a long time, so I can't comment too much, but track conditions not bad. Not bad, I just drove poorly. That's all.
Funny how these 2 SAF1 boys and the 2 our TGR guys managed to have on the same strategy. They all decided to go medium, and they all 4 of them are in front.
The game plan is to go longer on the harder tires. When the guys on the soft stops, they're gonna be behind anyway. You can be 3 seconds a lap quicker on this lap.
But I think, but those medium guys, the medium guys are actually, like you say, the softest might be faster, but it's one thing catching, it's another passing. But the guys on the mediums actually, so far, where the safety car didn't lead, so far look like these medium guys actually managed to get away from the soft guys. Safety car coming in.
I can tell you, the guys on the odds, look out for them. They're going to play a factor in this race.
Yeah, because there's a couple on the true hards here. I see
Legend Force.
I see you just say, was hy het 'n doptermin in?
Een te veel, boetie, een te veel. Ek wou 'n yacht vasgeslat het.
And
Ek het amper.
again Quentin with a fast start under the safety car, but this time Vino saw him coming and actually responded better, so Quentin not able to get away that quick from Quentin this time, but Vino in the process getting away from RZDV. So he responded well to stay with his teammate, but getting away from the competition. RZDV falling back, and in the process he's holding up Maverick almost. Maverick staying on the rear end of that car.
Just keep the pace and just try to keep like within 3 to 4 seconds. You'll be alright.
It's about also
The guys
keeping
he
it
has
clean.
to worry about on the hordes, legends and force. And
If I
even
can-
Gavpik.
If I can keep it clean from here now, but Gavpik will have to still come in and serve his drive-through, otherwise he's going to get a DQ. And the thing is, Force did manage to stop at the right time, so if he and Legend, for argument's sake, keep it clean on the hard tyres, Force don't need to stop again, but can those hard tyres take him all the way?
Nah, I don't think so.
Also, I think
You'll
it's a
have
bit
to,
too much to ask.
everybody in whichever compound will have to stop again, I believe. It's just the gap and when you stop, and if you get into a window you can push when you get new tires, that will be key.
RZDV still falling back further to Vino, but Maverick also fell off to him, and so did John from him. So first and second, there's less than a second. Then from there's a second, almost 2 seconds between the guys. Literally like a 2 second gap between everyone else. It's just first and second, that's less than a second.
That's good going.
And then the two guys on hard tyres are also within a second from each other.
Quentin cutting there a little bit. He's trying to break, get a gap, but he's under pressure.
You know what, I know the TGR boys will hope that these two Safran boys push each other all the way. Because if they can trip over each other,
Yeah.
it's all fair play for... Well, I would say fair play, but it's all good in love and war. TGR will gain if these two trip over each other.
It's not even tripping. He's pushing too hard into one corner, tapping a wall, missing an end plate.
That's the thing, pushing too hard, and it's just going to be that one corner that you're going to go in a little bit too late and you're going to overshoot it and go into the barrier. And you don't need to crash out completely, just that wing, because even just the end plate, we saw it at previous tracks, so it's not so heavy on downforce. Just a missing end plate can be enough to put you out.
It's about 1.5 seconds per lap if you miss an orange wing, an end plate or an element, or if you get damage here, it can cost you big time.
Of course, now the question is, do you stay out or you pit, because how much time you're going to lose?
The question when it gets there, but looking at the attitude of the two cars in front, they're trying to bolt to get that gap. But
RZDV actually gained a little bit on them. Not Maverick, not holding on to RZDV, so RZDV's got his tyres up to heat. Now he's getting into his own, so confidence is coming through. Of course, we know this is a guy that loves Monaco.
oh yes, but just
And
have
he's
a
gaining
look.
still on Vino.
Johan, you'll be more eagle-eyed than me. Does that front car carry damage? Front wing damage, possibly?
I have been
Why?
checking the two wings of the two in front, because for a moment I thought that Vino might have a missing end plate, but no, both of them still have end plates. As I say that, the gap between Vino and RZDV opened up again, so that just confirms no front wing damage.
Lap 11 of 78.
Still a very long way to go.
Yes. I made it until lap 5 and I'm proud of myself. Because I didn't kill anybody in the yacht. Yeah.
Now you're gonna have to go with Uncle Charles if you want to do that.
Ah, yeah.
Quentin now getting away from his teammate. I think not sure if Vino made a bit of a mistake falling back from Quentin and actually being hauled down by RGTV. Not Maverick still falling further back.
I think Maverick is playing the longer game.
Force and Wezo behind Legend, just proving what you said earlier. Passing is a whole different game. Gafpik has served his drive through, so he's 26 seconds behind, but no more penalty behind his name.
The thing about the top 4, they're all on the same tyre. And they good enough if they can keep their pace and keep it clean and not get damaged and drive consistent laps. The guys behind them, not in the softs, John and Ronald. The guys in the hards, not too far back. If a pit window around here on the mediums and the softs, you're talking about a 10-15 lap difference. If they have to pit and get stuck behind those guys, tell you what, complexion of this race will change. And God knows, I can guarantee you there will be another safety car somewhere along the
Wezo past Force. Yeah, Force has got wing damage. End plate gone, diving into the pit, so Wezo's passed. So is Fernando.
Force on the odds.
Yeah, and he's going to go now into the mediums.
It's not completely impossible to make it to the end on mediums. Not
Safety car again, as Gafpik is out. Gafpik is out. DNF for Gafpik. I hate to say it, but I saw that one coming.
Yeah, you can't laugh too much because I
Oh, there we go. That's actually the first time I saw this penalty. A 5 second for crossing the white line of a pit exit. And then for good measure you also get a 3 second penalty for cutting corners. So that is 8 seconds of penalties just getting out of a pit lane for Force.
Net so.
That's actually the first time I saw that one. The 5 seconds crossing the white line. I know it's a penalizable offence, but it's actually the first time I see one in the game.
Yeah. I'm good.
The question is really, they still actually managed to surprise you.
Did they give
John
Force
coming in.
Vaseline a while or before they gave their penalty?
I see Vino's in. That's a very early stop for a medium tyre. But unless of course it's for the sake of a safety car. But you don't know how long these guys in front can actually run on those mediums. So maybe he's going to go for a bit of an undercut here because obviously the safety car will back them up.
Quentin still P1. Second is not his teammate anymore, it's Robbie. Followed by the vet. 2 teammates.
But Vino's going to have to be patient.
All of them on 13 lap old mediums. Still
which is
sticking
nothing,
to the
which is
original.
nothing. You could do 30-40 laps on mediums here.
Yeah. My race strategy was mediums to softs. And it was comfortable. Comfortable. So these oaks don't want to bail on these
So
tires
Vino's
now.
going to have a better tyres later on, but only by 13 laps. The thing is now, yeah, I know you want a fresher rubber, but it's worth giving up track position. Because now you're stuck behind 3 cars in front of you. Yeah, they're on the same tyre, 13 laps older, but they can still hold you up. They can still do something because passing is not easy.
Yeah. Like I said, you can be 3 to 4 to 5 seconds a lap quicker than the car in front. That doesn't mean you can pass him. If you pass him, it will be a major risk. Major.
Of course, unless the opportunity presents itself, DRS zone or a bit of an error. But like you say, you always run that risk if you're going to force the move.
Around this track, it will, doesn't matter where you do it, race cash. favorite option into the first corner at a major risk passing any vehicle on this track.
Because passing is never easy here.
No. It's a race of attrition. This is like a Kyle Army
9 hour.
72 hour.
Never mind, 9 hour.
Yeah. You know, and you need all focus.
So that is one thing. I think a lot of F1 drivers, not just real life but also sim racers, need to actually go do endurance racing. Because that's when you learn it's not about that first corner.
No.
It's about nutrition, it's who's there at the end. And technically speaking, F1 is also endurance because you're still running against the clock.
I saw a little documentary. It's not that old. Actually, I'll share the link to you one day.
Safety car coming in.
Where Fittipaldi and Graham Hill, two fierce champions. Nobody knew who was quicker. In Formula 1 there's a tenth or two.
Quentin bailing again. RGB did see him a bit, but struggling to hold on.
Quentin cutting a little bit more. Showing he knows the pressure behind him. Which is good.
Now he doesn't have a teammate who can play rear gun, and now he's going to have to do it all by himself.
Exactly. Yeah, this is balls of the wall racing. But anyway, back to my point is...
You mean you have a point?
Yeah. Surprisingly, can you believe it? The thing is, people at the top flight, especially now even, you can't depict who's quicker than the other one. Or the gap in Formula 1 is very tiny. And on a given day and a given track, somebody can be quicker than somebody else.
That's it.
But in sports cars or endurance cars, where the gap extends and you can really see who's got that talent.
Can RGDB stay close here to Quentin just to keep that pressure? Because his teammate managed to do it earlier to keep up the pressure. But his teammate also were like a rear gunner, and now it's the competition that's behind you. But if Quentin can manage a gap, that will actually help him also be more relaxed.
Like I say, 1.5 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, doesn't matter. This race, it's all about tire management and when you put in what slot you put into.
But I think these TGR guys would want to put him under pressure so that he can actually push those tires, run the risk of making a mistake.
Yeah, obviously. Try to force the issue. But where they are now, I mean, second and third podium spots, they'll be happy with that, content with that.
Maverick's got Vina to contend
they'll
with.
be strategizing how to get a better result.
Falling back from his teammate, but still keeping Vino at bay. Had a yellow flag there for a brief moment.
My first question to Robbie was to record his play, because on the PS5 I want to see a 60 frame per second HD picture of me penetrating a barrier. So I hope he caught it.
Real battle here for third. RGDB getting a bit of a gap there, so he's fine. Falling back still from Quentin, but still having a gap to his teammate. Maverick having to defend every corner pretty much, Vino being all over him.
Vino and the fresher tires.
Oh, and there goes with the other RQR, and yet another safety car. Safety car number 4.
Hello. Who's gonna do
all 4
what now?
retirements has actually triggered a safety car.
Right in front of the pit lane. Who's
don't
gonna
know.
jump on the horse?
I think
Who's
Quentin
gonna
is not
take the
liking
gamble?
this. Every time Quentin builds a gap, the safety car gets triggered. And this one
Not
was
a
literally
bad-
only 4 laps.
They will make it to the end on hard tires.
Well,
They'll be dead slow
well,
at the end, but
Less than
let's
4
see,
laps since the last safety car came in.
Quentin goes through, Robbie goes through. Everybody goes
Not
through.
Maverick goes through.
Wait. Yep.
Ronald dives soft tires, you can only expect that.
He's gonna hit the hards.
Where's those bars?
Mediums.
Mediums.
Okay.
Legend still staying out, he's on the hards obviously. Legend now ahead of Ronald.
Ronald not in a bad spot. He can jump a few guys.
Now pretty
Yes,
much
they have to stop.
now everybody's on a
Not
harder
just-
compound.
Not just because they can probably make it till the end, but they have to, because they have to use a different compound. And for the top guys to stop from the mediums to the softs, like I said, if you're 2, 3, 4 seconds faster than the guy in front to pass, taking a risk. Track position.
Yeah,
on
well,
this track
you spoke about 50%. Actually, when I saw Gavpik retire, I actually thought about Yu's comment earlier in the stream. With Gavpik, you know it's always 50%. So there's a 50% chance of him finishing, there's a 50% chance of him retiring. It's all the key thing is trying to figure out which 50% you're going to get tonight. And in this case, it was a 50% chance of not finishing. And yet he looked racy in qualifying, but he had a bad start. Oh, safety car number 5.
Again.
No, I'm just lying, I'm just checking if you're with me. No, the safety car haven't come in yet. I'm just testing you, Quasi.
Niks daar, ek het 'n biertjie uit die vries uitgehaal. So
Ja.
jy het my omkant
Jy
gevang.
jy het niks gemis nie, safety car het nog nie weer ingekom nie. Everybody backed up now pretty much. Can John catch up? He's
I'm
10
calling
seconds.
it, Johan. We're on lap 28 of, or
Well,
20 or 78.
58 to go.
Driver of the day,
Ja.
safety car driver. Do it my lande. Let more laps.
He let more laps.
Ja, ek sê vir jou. It's quicker than Quentin. Oh dear. Ek het nou net nog 'n biertjie geknak. Fantasties.
Ja, ons hoor hom. There we go, Jean has caught up, so pretty much everybody's all backed up again. Safety car in this lap probably, let's hope, so we can be back to racing.
It's safety car number 3.
No, that's actually safety car number 4. All four
Four.
retirees
You know,
actually triggered it.
after 5, there's no more safety cars.
That's it, that's exactly what I was talking about as you joined the party. Because I also believe there's one more, so from here on in we're going to see VSC. Even there we go, safety car is coming in, thank goodness, so we can be back to full racing again. Can already just get close to Quentin so that there's a bit of a less gap by the end of a start finish. Already we get closer to him, just stepping on it. Quentin is on his way.
Quite close.
Nope, Quentin getting away again. Already we just don't have it enough in him to hold on, but Maverick got a nice getaway from Vino. Second about
What tires did Vino start on? Mediums or softs?
mediums, and he went for mediums again and that earlier.
So you'll
I think he
definitely
tried.
have to
I
stop
I think he tried a undercut type of move. Stopped under the safety
you will
car.
have to, you will have to stop again, even
Yep.
if there's a safety car. But if he could have gone to the end on these tires, tell you what,
Was hy hoef nie te sê vat my huis toe nie, hy's klaar by die huis.
Wie vra vir jou of ek jou wil huis toe vat?
Nee. Joey sê, jy gaan nou sê, vat my huis toe.
O, nee. Joey, as jy groot boobies gehad het en bietjie van 'n anus, dan sou ek dit consider het, maar ek beloof nie. Beloof nooit niks.
Okay, that one spiraled out of control very quickly.
Ja, Joey. So, lekker, ek kan nou nie die chat sien en al daai dinge nie, maar dit is lekker as die manne interact en
Ja, Joey terug,
like
terug by die huis na 3 weke. 3 weke is op tyd by sy ouers spandeer. Maar het gaan nie baie goed met sy ma nie. Tannie is nog steeds in ICU aan die siekkant. Sy pa was ook siek, maar sy pa ek was daarom beter. Maar dis bad. Jy weet jou ma siek, sy is in ICU, maar jy kan haar nie besoek nie, want jy weet met COVID mag jy niemand in 'n hospitaal kuier nie.
Jammer om te hoor, hy is fucking moeilik. Wel, baie moeilik, sorry, ek kan nie vloek nie. Maar ja, dis nie 'n goeie ding om te hoor nie en waarom start?
Nie vloek nie, van die Oosrand. It's like asking a Eastrander not to date his sister. It's never gonna happen.
Met 'n Ford bakkie in my haak om vir my sussie af te haal.
And when it's still not good because a Ford bakkie is going to fail, too much pressure.
Nou, nee. Ons Oosranders is spesiaal, maar anyway, ja, dis moeilik.
Just hang in way. Ons is hier so.
Ja. Ons is altyd hier.
What is your favorite song? More beer, more beer.
Nee, dis die kosseltrokkie.
More beer, more
Kom die kosseltrokkie, die kosseltrokkie, hy kom om die draai. Dis soos 'n long lost lover.
Iemand het die video
los.
gelike wat ek geshare het. Daar kom die kosseltrokkie.
Ek het hom gesien. Maar daai song ken jy hem benoem nie, ons ken daai song baie lank.
Venus is staying there on that car of Maverick, not letting go. But like what he said, moving one's not easy to pass.
Yo, he's got the fresher tires, and if it doesn't pass, he's just gonna blunt them.
That's it.
His advantage will fall away.
And DRS makes no difference. Not on this track.
Doesn't matter. Not It's not long enough. You can go up the hill, go into Casino Square, down to Rascash. It doesn't matter. You can be 5 seconds.
Surprising how some of these gaps opened up so quickly. If you see, just a moment ago, we were all close thanks to the safety car, and all of a sudden you're sitting with 4-second gaps, 5-second gaps between drivers.
But just look at the vet. Not flustered, know where to deploy the battery, where to be fast. This is one of them. Under the bridge.
Ooh, Vino was having a sniff. Almost thought about doing it under the bridge.
No, it's too far away. Go on, cutting the corner.
Oh, then he cuts for chicane. Big time cut there.
The vet, the man with so much experience, he knows exactly. He can have 50 lap older tires. You will park the bus on the apex and frustrate the shit out of you. He knows exactly what to do.
You all know, you've been racing with him long enough.
Yeah. No, it's a wily old fox. So he's blunting Vino's tires. It's double as old, or more than double as old than his tires. Vino will have to stop again because he has to use a different compound. By the time the top 3 stops,
ooh, yellow flag.
I can guarantee you they will go to the softs if they can go deep enough without the safety car.
John Paul's not Fernando now. Fernando losing time, that's for yellow flag. Maybe a bit of a spin there. But looks like it's all okay. He's still running there. Oh, end plate's gone. Left end plate is MIA.
Aye. Just keep
Only the one battle at the moment, and that's pretty much battle for third place.
Yeah. Oh, Vino!
Ooh. And another corner cut there.
Unconventional place. Almost costing
Getting
him
frustrated
his race
now.
there. Definitely. Vino, no battery.
Just it all.
The vet, he's got a little bit, but not much. I thought it would be more. But he's deploying it at the smart spot.
Making try lines here would not usually try.
And to be fair, Maverick, only 3 seconds off his teammate. Robbie only being 3 seconds off the leader. Still a lottery one. Anything can happen, yeah.
Back onto Maverick. Right, yeah, nose to gearbox. Starting his line now, DRS as well. But again, DRS doesn't make a huge difference here.
No, not at all. Look at that.
By the time you have a speed, you need to slag off for the first corner.
Vino actually tapped the wall there because he had less downforce and he was carrying more speed.
Getting a little bit reckless. Frustrated.
Yeah. He's frustrating. He's putting the kitchen sink into this. And the vet is just driving a Sunday cruise. Parking in the middle of the track, closing the inside line. Beautiful driving. Beautiful defensive driving.
Maverick not the easiest to pass.
No. The man has got experience and skill. You're not gonna pass.
Oh, Vino goes a bit wide and Rascas brush the wall a bit. Nothing major.
But that's a sort of moment that can cost you.
Oh yes.
Robbie not doing bad, still holding on.
Falling back from Quinton but still getting away from his teammate while he's battling. Like I say, the only real battle is third place.
Third place, yeah. Ronald on fresher tyres is catching Wizzo. Legend on the hards can still play a factor. Already jumped, I mean, he started outside the top 10. If I
He actually started in last place.
Myself. And he's in P7. Well done to the man. Well done.
And on the tyres, that is what he started with.
Yeah, not only that, he only got his wheel 2 weeks ago and look at the progress.
Ooh, big bit of moment there for Vino, car just fishtailing a bit. And
Getting frustrated.
Legend is the only guy beside the top 3 that haven't stopped yet. We're still on the original tyres from the start.
Yeah, I'm sure the top 4 also.
Wezo stopped on the
they
first.
were mediums.
Wezo stopped on the first lap. That is why. Almost as much, but he have stopped once before. So the top 3 and Legend haven't stopped yet.
Yeah. But for the top 3's sake, if they stop and they get stuck behind Legend, He's a game changer. Anyway, that's why they driving, we sitting out here commentating.
Ronald's still
Drinking a
catching
beer.
Wezo. That gap is still coming down.
And just having a look at Vino, getting very close once again, but the wily fox old.
DRS much closer this
Yeah.
time, but again, DRS doesn't give you much momentum.
No.
Oh, he ran.
He's looking inside.
Oh, he had to
He's
cut
trying.
corner there to avoid, and then fishtail again.
He's trying his best. You have to try the unconventional spot. And he's trying that. Kudos to Vino. But, yeah. They're way too clever for that.
It can also be that Maverick is looking after his tires.
I think he'll probably want to stretch because he's
Uh-huh.
falling a little bit away. But he wants a podium. I mean, championship leader. You want to finish in front of as much opponents as possible. I mean, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's only 5 seconds behind his teammates. It's also not the world's difference. You get a safety car, you put it at the right place, you can end up in first. Still open. Still lottery. The one
Gap
thing
is
about
now
Monaco,
5 seconds, so-
they say you have to have the most skill to master this track, to be quick.
Well, look at Rob. Rob in second place. He's got 5 seconds ahead, 5 seconds behind.
Well,
He's
like
got
I say,
some
you
clear
have to, for these oaks to battle this close, you have to have command over
I
the
know.
track.
Oh, Vino was trying to sneak on the inside, but no, Maverick had none of that. I know we're giving these two a lot of airtime, but this is where the real battle is. No battle
Yeah, no.
elsewhere. Well, soon we might have Jean and Legend. Jean now
No,
in
we'll-
DRS
we'll-
range.
We'll have a couple of battles when the pit stop window opens in the top few boys. But to master this track and drive it consistently like they do, hats off, it's difficult. The thing is to be smart in a race and plan it out. I mean, Vino's got the fresher tires for the last 20 laps. And he can't get past. And he knows it. It was the wrong decision. If he stayed on those tires, he would have been in front. Right
Would have
behind his
been right
teammate.
behind his teammate. Potentially could have been a race winner, but yeah, more and more he gets stuck here. It's actually taking away
That's
from
it.
that potential.
Difference between P2 and P4. That's the difference.
W with a bit of a corner cut there now. Just may have missed his braking spot, but that's pretty much easy, even it out because Vino missed a few, and then your fishtail again.
A big one. Kudos to
still-
him keeping that in the straight line.
That car's still not. That car's still not bad for wear. Still no damage. How he managed that?
Well done to all the runners actually still running.
And Legend actually pulled away from Jean again. Gaps open up to about 2 seconds. gap between Maverick and RZV now opening up still, but not as rapid as a moment ago.
I mean, 20 laps was 3 seconds, 3 seconds. It's now 6 seconds. 6 seconds, basically.
Vino made contact with the barrier, luckily again outside part of her tyre. But that cost him an end plate. End plate's gone, end plate is gone, and now he's spun it and he's into the pits. He actually made contact there with the barrier, as I said, and he actually lost his end plate. And this car is not happy. It's very fishtail-like. Can Wezo get past him before he gets out? Looks like it. Now he's going to have his other teammate behind him.
But Vino will have a serious undercut going.
But those soft tires surely can't. Oh, and now Legends also passed him. Now there's another TGR boy, and it's going from bad to worse for Vino. Vino's on the soft, Legends is on the hard.
Legend can seriously hold. I mean, you're talking about a 2-second tire advantage.
Now that Maverick's got clear air, can he actually start closing the gap between him and RZDV?
Well, he would be closer. Because he doesn't have to worry about a car defending the whole time. He'll take his natural line and not worry about Vino being there.
Vino's got the better tyre, but... Vino spun in the chicane, pushing too hard.
So much faster.
That allows Jean through as well.
So much faster, but you
so
can't do anything on this track. Nothing.
Luckily no damage to the front wing, but now he's got Jean as well to contend with. Jean is coming into the pit.
What's he coming on?
So a bit of a blessing there, one less to worry about.
Whatever John is fitting is going to the end, I'm sure.
Mediums as well, but a bit of an early one. 17 laps. Half of the distance that the front runners have been doing.
It's a Jeff mistake. Jeff mistake. He would have fitted the different set of tires to go to the end. So, anyway. Let's take stock. Quinton leading by 7 seconds. Robbie 7 seconds behind, doing well. Maverick 7 seconds behind his teammate, not doing badly. Considering he was defending half of the race. Wezo, surprise of the night.
Doing a splendid job. Had a early pit stop, but since then, nice, keep it clean, recovery drive, and when the mistakes came, he took full advantage.
Ronald is always solid. Legend, dark horse.
Vino's going to have a look on the inside DRS.
Yep.
This time DRS worked for him because he's got the soft tyre.
Vino taking a chance there.
I was just about to say, Vino's not going to love the colour blue too much after tonight. But he made easy work of Legend. Legend on the hardest compound, he on the softest compound had DRS, and this time round DRS actually worked for him and he got past.
Definitely, but that still in the first corner, massive risk. Massive risk diving on the inside like that.
Bit bumpy, brakes not working, and we can end up in the wall.
No, this race is not by any means over.
Nope.
Not by a long shot.
There's a prize Vino now on clear air, purple sectors. Now he's got his teammates, and his teammates not going to fight him too much either. And that car's still fishtailing.
But I have to comment something, and something came out recently, and especially a race like this. Look, I'm all for wheel racing. Love it.
But
And we all know this game can be unforgiving sometimes.
there we
but
go. Just as I said, Ronald just giving the position. He's not fighting Vino.
There's some
That doesn't come as a
people
surprise.
that can do a race like, oh god, no, I'm seeing it again more. Anyway, some people can abuse the regular corner cutting more than others, or better, and I'm not a big supporter of that. I mean, this track, there's 2 chicanes that you can cut a little bit, and you know, on regular you can cut quite a bit, get all 4 wheels off the circuit and not get punished. And there's some of them that does it better than others. It's bietjie moeilik.
Thing is, who can exploit it the best?
Because I can tell you, the guy that's leading is not the quickest. He's there because he can, I won't say exploit the best, but he knows where to take a chance or not. Like turn 1 there.
Funny enough, as you would say it, I was thinking it how we actually went over turn 1.
Just follow him. I'm not even gonna go on board and excessively analyze. Just outboard cameras. Look at turn 1. Look at the chicane, Chabal chicane, or that one even, and Raskas.
Vino knows her priority with his soft tires and clear air.
Look. Borderline. Swimming pool. Close. Quick. Nice. That's not bad.
Not bad over here.
Less gas. Good. First corner. Look at the cut. Done it 3 laps before. Another cut. All 4 wheels onto the curb. Some can just do it better than others and exploit it. And for me, it's not a true reflection of how quick you are.
Vino Miton got past Wezo. No, Wezo also no real fight there.
That's a question of who's going to blink first, Johan. Who's going to try that undercut?
That's it.
I think a good old undercut around this track, per lap, but old tires versus new tires, it's a good, close to 2 seconds a lap. Who's gonna take that risk?
Who won a
And
big
then
first?
you've got a probability of a fucking safety car as well. So it's a lottery. If I was an ANC member right now, I would play the numbers 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And have a nice Christmas.
What's so unique about those numbers?
Hulle het gewen in bliksems. I can accept somebody like the numerals falling like that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I can accept it. I cannot accept 20 people magically.
Yeah, 20
picking
people
those
actually
numbers.
winning. And weird numbers like that.
Soos ek sê,
One guy could understand, but yeah, how many? What's the chances of... And it's crappy numbers. 20 people having that.
Supremely
Oh, wow.
20 government officials having a
Hello.
fantastic...
Wasie, guess who joined
Hallo?
the comment section?
Wie?
Een van die
Vertel
ander
my.
katte van laas Saterdag.
Wat is die ene?
Hallo, een is nie hierso nie, die ander twee
Mona.
ry nog so, wie bly oor?
Mona.
Ja man, Monaco is die by die huis nie.
Nee, ek weet hy sports toe.
En die ander twee reis
Fransie,
nog, jy sê,
Fransie.
of course is daar, kom jy nou. Die main cat.
Fransie.
Fransie, ja, haas Fransie.
Ek gaan Kaya Lamy by jou huis kom kyk, saam met de wet, apparently.
Oh wow,
So wees maar net gereed. Wees gereed.
Frana, al wat ek sê is voorspoed. Oh, en ja, Ronald also have a lekker cat weer in Michigan. Guys,
Ja,
funny enough, some of the guys who were very opinionated, very vocal about the strict corner cutting being changed to regular. Funny how some of them, as much as they complained, actually have adapted and now actually cutting corners themselves.
No, I won't say cut. Just, I mean, you cut when the game tells you you're cutting. So they like exploiting the limits better.
Francie,
I can
die party is
why.
af.
I can understand why it's set into place so the wheel-to-wheel racing it's better, but at tracks like this.
Why see you owe Frana answer? Frana want to know if it's just a vet or is Desiree also joining?
Ek gaan nou op YouTube baie Frank.
Okay, never mind, message each other.
Nee. Ek gaan kom na jou toe. De wet het gesê hy is oop tussen 1 en 2. So hy gaan kom tussen 1 en 2 na jou toe. Hy het nie gemention as die saamkom of nie.
Hy is oop tussen 1 en 2, so wat, hy is toe tussen 5 en 7.
Wel, nee, hy kom 1 uur en hy waai 2 uur. Toe sê ek, okay, die lei dit van 2 tot 3, maak dit 2 tot 3, even as
Hy
nie die
kom
uur
1 uur, so as hy nog actually op 'n tydlyn nog van kom.
Nee, ek het gesê vir hom, doen 2 tot 3, want ek kan by jou wees 2 tot 3 en hom sien en as hy wil move, moet hy move en al daai. Ek weet nie of die kom of nie. Ek het vir hom gesê, hy moet vir haar sê, ek sal tequila koop, ek sal dit daar in jou kombuis wegsteek, en dan maak ons dit van 2 tot 5. Maar ons sal sien of dit werk of nie, ek weet nie.
I'm just saying, as much as some people complained about corner cutting changes, how they also exploit it. So nobody can complain, everybody found a way to make use of it.
Ja, see dat.
Chihuahua's got some front wing damage, end plates missing, still on those hard tires, so doing a splendid job. And of course we managed to get past the halfway mark, funny enough. And no safety car again, oh wow.
It's still there, the risk is still there. Main thing is these
Bless you,
guys.
Frana. Frana just saying thanks that I'm the middleman. Is jy ook daar so 2 PM was hy?
Ja,
Of
2
graag
uur
die
is
môre?
ek daar. Maybe, nee, ek werk tot 1 uur man, dan moet ek opcash en die shop sluit en al daai, so
Okay,
I'll
so
leave
Frana
about
so
20
2,
past
so sê so
2 uur is ek daar.
12:30.
2 uur, nee, ek is daar net voor 2. Ek try dit so time dat de wet dit ook doen, want hy het gesê tussen 1 en 2, toe sê ek,
Maar is rystaat nie one bells nie. 9 hours 1 bell start with a 10 o'clock finish.
ek het die qualifying gemis. As hulle 1 uur start het, fantasties.
Was hy? Moenie eers gaan shower nie, kom swem net jou roes af.
Hy sê Fransie.
Fransie op die stekker.
Frans, moet ek vleis saambring? Ek is honger.
Oh, and where's Wes finally pitted. 43 laps on those medium tyres and obviously to change the wing.
No, we're getting in the pit window now.
Yeah, I also expect his front runners to start thinking about pit.
Quentin on the hards. Why?
And Vino has pitted again.
Why?
Another set of...
No, but he'll have to, because he was on the medium. Watch
Vino
the
still,
two Yamaha
but
boys.
Vino has pitted, actually, Vino has pitted more than any of the other guys.
Watch the two Yamaha boys.
He didn't go long on those
the tires of the guys behind them.
But I'm not sure why
Stretching
Quentin
it to
decided to
lap
go on arch. He's got no faith. He's got no faith on the soft.
55 or somewhere there. They're gonna stretch it. Vino letting him
But
go.
52 laps.
Because
Surely you can do 52 laps on the soft.
He understands how important this undercut is. Those boys in front are not gonna stop now. I give it another at least 7-8 laps.
And now Maverick's going to be under pressure from another Safwan boy.
This man can take pressure like soos a old school pressure cooker.
I was just about to say pressure cooker.
Hy nou en dan blaas hy bietjie, maar it's okay. It's okay.
How long can Mark Maverick stay out? How long can he keep Quentin behind him, because this should actually fall into RJDV's hands?
This is race defining. If Maverick can keep Quentin behind him, Rob can win the race.
Yeah, because the gap is still...
He's nullifying. Yeah. He's nullifying the undercut.
Okay, it looks like Maverick's pit window is open.
He's nullifying the undercut. That's what he's doing. And he will hold on to that. He'll defend it. Like a Jack Russell with a bone. Daar's nie 'n fucking manier dat jy daai been gevat het. Check at this driving. This is the battle. This is what we want to see.
No surprise for fast lap there, soft, fresh rubber.
Look, the vet putting the ERS at the right spot under the tunnel, getting down to the chicane first. Quality. So why is leading the championship?
Yeah, but Quentin is his closest competitor. Although Vino is also in the mix.
This guy go. Maverick to put 10 laps from the end, putting on the softs, and you'll eat those 15 seconds, 20 seconds. You'll half that. But he's enabling his teammate to win. Now, Quentin with the hard rubber, fresh, can go at least 2 to 3 seconds faster, but he can't get past.
Not yet.
Smart. No, look at the vet. Out of portiers. Deploying the battery. Look at that.
Could just have no one on that straight coming out of a bridge.
In the middle of the track, braking. Quentin can't go inside, outside, nowhere. No space. Masterclass.
A bit of corner cut as well, but like you say, couldn't make anything there.
Quentin's got double the better car at the moment, but he can't do nothing about it. And I can tell you, the Yamaha boys, they're loving this.
Oh,
in
bit
the
of contact here,
right now,
running to back, but no damage.
I can tell you they're loving this.
Imagine. Gap in front still rising, still opening up.
At the end of the day, Johan, this is like a chess game. This is like fast versus clever.
There we go. Waar sê ek sal Prego stakes kry? Ek kan vir ons paar spottetjies rolls by die Rainfield Terrace Bar. Net voor die kom en dan hashtag keep it simple.
Maar sê, net so. Franna, ons gaan Pregos eet en kuil om mee kyk hoe.
Julle gaan dit simpel hou, nou wat ek het gecomplicated laas week, okay.
Nee, daai padkos is mooi. As Johan, toe ek opstaan toe ek gaan nie lieg nie. Ek wou jou potjie byt. Maar ek wou niemand force of niemand niks en
nee, jy was meer as welkom jou te help.
Ek het nou McDonald's eet na die tyd, maar fok, daai potjie was mooi hè. Pragtig.
McDonald's, jy kan nie compare nie.
Nee, ek kan nie. In Frans, as jy van daai steak het wat jy gekoop in Pretoria, daai marinated ouetjies, wat ek het even een by jou gekoop. Daai steaks is pragtig. Jy het nog nooit zoiets in jou lewe geëet nie. Ergens wild. As jy van daai ouetjies in jou fridge het,
Wat er aan styl?
ja, ek kry dit dis in Pretoria om binne
Dankie, Franna.
op plekkie.
Alhoewel jy ouers bietjie min geëet het. Nee, jy het effel gekoop nie, man. Waar sê ek het dit vir jou gegee?
Ja, maar dis mooi. Ons moet nog
Oh
kry.
wow. Real battle here again. Third place, just another soft one driver.
Klipper. En jy kon, hy kan nie nader, hy kan nie binne, hy kan nie buite.
He had two soft one drivers, both on fresh rubber, and they couldn't make anything of it. And all he does is managing to frustrate them.
Stikken in.
The longer he
be
does
honest,
this,
it's
the bigger the gap. If Rob can pit and come out, oh wow, it's going to be a tough one for South one to get ahead.
Even if he puts and comes out behind,
Yeah.
Maverick is giving him the chance to get in front.
Ja,
If he
sê
can
hom
do
Franna,
that,
sê hom Franna,
die race win.
hy het nog nooit 'n kans gehad vir jou vrou nie. Franna sê hy het nog nooit vleis aan jou verkoop nie. En Franna sal nie sy vrou
Frans-
verkoop nie, so sorry, hy het niks vleis aan jou
Frans
verkoop nie.
Hy kyk baie mooi na my. Maar ek sê vir jou, daai Quentin lost the end plate. Pushing too hard.
Pushing way too
Daar's
hard.
die choke. Daar's die choke. Daar en net so pit te wet.
And both of them diving into the pit.
Clever.
And that's gonna be a front wing change as well, so that's gonna cost him a few more seconds. And yeah, DW should be able to finish on the soft, and he's coming out ahead.
Ja,
He's ahead of.
ver voorwe. Nou
He's
win
ahead of
change,
Safwan,
no
yeah, because
nothing.
remember, that's a front wing change. So front wing change is another couple of seconds added to the time.
The chess player beat die
And Maverick
vinnige
is
man.
ahead of Quentin. He's got Vino in front of him. But will Vino softs last till the end? 7 laps. Now RZDV's got a gap, so RZDV should now pit because he's got a gap.
He should
Come
now.
ahead, he can come out ahead of Vino. And if Vino
Because
can't get
they-
past, yeah,
Taking an
wow.
undercut now.
You know what?
No,
This is
Rob
going to
has
be
to put now.
interesting. This is going to be interesting last
Rob
corner.
has to pit right now. Right now. He's into the pit.
He's got, yeah, there we go. He's got
also
another
wing
a front
change.
wing. No,
Also
he
wing change.
nursed some damage, but he did good with it. Come on, guys, what's the delay? Here
Rob.
comes Vino.
Move.
He's on his way. Here comes Vino. Raskas. Final corner. RZDV is out of a pit lane. Vino comes out of the start finish straight.
Voor.
Just a bit of a slow pull away. But all of a sudden it's TGR ahead of Safwan.
Yes.
Where it was
Maverick.
mostly
Maverick
the other way
in
around.
hand. Hunt Vino down like a dog. We will get past or not.
Still 25 laps to go, but can RGDV get his first win? A couple of weeks ago in Brazil, he was set for his first win, but Vino chased him down. Again, that was a crazy race at the end. 3-4 guys had the race win at different intervals of a race, and now weather changed and stuff changed. It fell into someone else's advantage. Can RGDV now get that win tonight?
I hope
But
so.
Maverick is gaining on Vino, so he's much comfortable on the softer tyre.
He will definitely. He's got fucking fresh tires.
Not much, but looks like Vino now just stabilizing again. But Quinton now on
with
medium.
a defensive drive on Quinton.
I'm surprised why Quinton didn't go for the soft.
It doesn't matter. If you
Because
win
25 laps
mediums,
on the softs here is doable.
whatever tires he had.
Legend still in
behind
6th place.
Maverick.
He's got the mediums on. Legend also in a good position.
Maverick nullified his undercut by defending like a Trojan. This is teamwork. He enabled his teammate the opportunity to win this race. There is no question about it.
And looks like Vino is falling back from RGDV just as Maverick is catching him. Quinton is also catching him. Oh, these guys are gonna be back on the back of each other by the end of this race. Watch.
A Yamaha 1-2. Oh yes, like it.
Oh, huge corner. No. Bit of an issue there for Vino, but kept together. But Vino is definitely losing time to RGDV. RGDV on tyres that he's more comfortable with now.
He's on older tyres.
Not Maverick is also chasing him down. So it's advantage Quinton if his soft tyres doesn't last. But Monaco is not an abrasive track, and you can do 25 plus on softs here.
Yeah, you can.
And we all know what Maverick can do when it comes to reserve tyres and pushing those tyres further.
Quinton
keeps getting fastest laps. But the thing is, like you said earlier, and we're going to say it again, it's one thing doing fastest laps and catching the guy in front. Passing him, that's where the real magic comes in.
Exactly. So basically what happened is Maverick enabled his teammate to win the race. Now he's fighting for P2, and if he can catch,
he didn't give him the win, he brought him into contention for the win. Still take nothing away from RGDV, he still needs to do the rest himself.
No, he did the solid laps, he kept the pace, was within like 15 seconds in the pit window, nursing a broken wing. Then he changed and came out in front, but he wouldn't have come out in front if it wasn't for his teammate.
Quinton still gaining. But yeah, we're going to see what happens next time around when it's bumper to gearbox. Well, wing to gearbox.
They're still catching, both of them catching Vino. Vino and 7 lap older tires.
There should be no more pits for these guys, so it's going to be all racing out on track.
Yeah, this is a balls to the wall. Unless there's a safety car, of course.
Good Legend also on Safwan Ronald, so it's really TGR at Safwan tonight because all three versus all three.
Well done.
Because if you think about it, TGR Safwan, Safwan TGR.
For Legend, 2 weeks on the wheel, starting outside P10, running in P6 right now, it's magical, and a close P6.
And Bruce, where's Bruce? and Ronald and Legends on the same tyre compound and the same amount of laps.
Yeah,
they matching each other.
Come Legend.
And Vino just falling at the rate of knots to RGDV.
Yeah. fresher rubber going there.
Look, Maverick is not catching Vino as fast, but then again he also got Vino's teammate to watch for it behind. But RZDV is pulling a gap.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna be on the arse at the end. Maverick's clear intention is keeping Quentin at least P4.
It makes sense because that's his championship rival. If he finishes
Yeah.
ahead, it's at 1 or 2 points extra.
Exactly.
Especially after last week where Quentin took some points out of him. So he would want to take some points back.
Clever. Clever. All I can say.
20 laps still to go, still some distance to go.
Quentin getting a bit out of shape out of the last corner there. Starting to struggle to follow. And those soft tires will just, it will go. It will just be quicker.
I must say,
If I was Toto Wolff and I was watching this race, I will phone Maverick, Rob and Legend and say, boys,
bye-bye Lewis and bye-bye Valtteri.
wil julle 'n bietjie vir my kom ry? Because this is fucking
Put
well
Rob and Maverick on the starting and make Legend the test driver.
net so. Soos George Russell. Wag net.
Oh, if it wasn't for Merck's shenanigans, he would have won it.
Ja.
But yeah, but he definitely came and stirred a few things around. Lots of talks, lots of things happening. I mean, other people, we thought not Fernando were joking. Other people saw the same thing, how their status has changed on their social feeds. And Toto talking about having a chat to Valtteri, so...
This whole year, as much as it's been difficult.
Talk about not Fernando, I'm glad I'm not him. Matt is the worst possible place to find himself.
No,
Having these two coming past you. But luckily it's ghosting, as you can see there. Not Maverick driving through him. Luckily it's ghosting. But still, you don't want to be part of it, even if you ghost. Last thing you want is your ghost messing up him, and clever thing to do, he just backed off. A lot of guys don't realize that, although you have ghosting on. Thing is, still, just, slow down, get out of the way, because that ghosting can still put people off.
Yeah.
And yet, although these two are fighting, there's another almost 2 seconds taken out of Vino. Vino now 12 seconds behind RZDV. Vino not comfortable.
He's gonna fall back.
14 laps of tyres, but yeah, is that what Quentin is banking on, having the mediums? Legend has put it, so Legend has put on the soft tyres. I'm not sure if he perhaps made some. Well, he was sorted till the end already with the mediums, but I think he might have. My guess is he actually hit the wall or something and sustained some front wing damage, which made him stop. Because he didn't need to stop again. He was set till the end of the race on those mediums. 18 laps to go.
But Maverick, classy drive, even under pressure, the whole race, sweating bullets.
Must say so far, I have two of TGR boys. Yeah, you can maybe think Rob, but if you think about it, Maverick and Legend so far is definitely in there for driver of the day.
Oh yes, definitely.
The pressure that Maverick has felt from two different drivers. Legend from where he came at the back and fighting the midfield.
Definitely. Clean as a whistle. Fuck. I don't have words for it.
A whistle,
brilliant.
technically speaking, a whistle is not clean. Because it's full of spit.
You thinking COVID?
not just go it.
I'm gonna drive on board with Quentin a little bit and
Let's call, I'm gonna call not Maverick, David.
see. David, ja.
Nee, David.
Daar onder die voete en onder die hande.
Want as hy smile is hy net David.
Class drive. Class.
No, good couple of battles. Take nothing away from Safwan as well. Good couple of battles. Vino's gap still dropping. To be honest with you, if I get any complaints about corner cutting after the race, I'm going to show him the finger, because a couple of guys actually were clever enough to make use of it and use it to their advantage. Oh, Quentin getting edgy.
Yeah.
Is he going to stay patient, wait for it, hoping that the soft tires run off at the end? Or is he going to force the move and then make a mistake potentially? Because his impatience did cost him before already that an extra pit stop. And if I go back to Austria this season, a race that you of course won, where he was also leading, and also an error that he made and which resulted in a wing replacement that took the win away from him.
It wasn't that. I felt quicker, but
No, you were quicker, but because he also came from the back that race, but he also made a mistake that actually saw him lose the front wing. Oh, yellow flag. Looks like not Fernando. Yeah, spun. Not the easiest way, but he's on his way again. Luckily. Vino's gap to Maverick is now under 2 seconds. Already he's got a gap of more than 14 seconds. I just think Vino might have some wing damage or not because of... Oh, but now he's got... Oh! Both end plates gone. He made contact with a barrier there. Both end plates gone.
What do you do?
He made contact with a barrier, first inside then outside, because I thought he might have wing damage going so slow. Because yes, now he's got all the tyres, but only 7 laps. And the time that he's losing. So I thought he might have wing damage, and as I changed to him, there was contact with a barrier and both end plates went flying. And then for good measure he went freestyle.
You'll try to stick it out to give Quentin a chance to jump Maverick.
But this is going to give RJDV pretty much a pit stop gap.
Yeah.
He can actually do another stop and then rejoin.
Consistent pace, but he's the teammate. Made this.
And you call it Vino staying out.
No,
whoever damage wing. And that gives not Maverick DRS.
Oh,
Vino cutting corner.
Yeah, too. Maverick under the tunnel into the chicane. That's where it is. Oh, he's trying an unconventional spot.
Not enough momentum.
Having a look. Coming out of port here.
Legend I'm also gaining on Ronald again.
This is where it has to happen. Deploying.
No point in waiting for DRS.
Vino deploying. Knowing who is a threat. Well done. Tapping the barriers again. Ooh, he's on the edge.
He's got no wing to protect the wheels now, so he's running a big risk of losing wheels. Still staying out.
Come Maverick. Have a look in the inside. Vino defending well. Fair play. Tapping in the outside.
Oh, and he nicks barrier again and he touches DW.
DW, I think he's lost a little bit of front wing.
I also
but he's
think he
passed.
lost in plate, but he's passed.
And then Vino letting his teammate through.
Obviously, he's going to let his teammate through, and then now you're going to see him
With the
coming to the
wounded-
pit.
Yeah, this is the chess game. It's not who's faster, it's the chess game.
But Vino almost took out not Maverick there. No end plates on either side of his front wing, and the car fishtailed again, and it's actually so many times tonight. Because how many times during this race did we see the car fishtailing, and now of course coming up at uphill, no end plates, the car fishtailed again, and then he made contact with DW. And like you say, now you're going to see him jump into the pit.
No, 12 laps to go. DW will go on.
No, now talking about
this man-
Vino. Vino's going to dive into the pits, yeah. Because now as DW got past him, he's going to dive into the pits because no point now, because now he's just going to jeopardize himself because he played the team game. And another huge cut there from Safwan onto the first corner.
If Maverick can keep Quinton behind him with a damaged wing, I'm gonna phone Toto Wolff and say, listen here, I know a guy that drives like virtual racing. Give him a seat. Fuck George. This ook is the real deal. Still deploying where he needs to. Still putting the car in the center of the track. Giving no space. Beautiful. Beautiful. Not... getting close. Pushing... oh. I can't tell you how
11 laps to go
beautiful
after
this
this.
scene is. This man...
And I thought...
enabling his teammate to win with more than 10 seconds, doesn't matter. Getting P2, getting an unfortunate wing damage, and look at this defensive drive. Look at this. Prachtig.
Only a real battle happening at the moment. Legend still slowly but surely getting closer to Ronald because obviously the tyre difference. Can he make a big enough gap to challenge Ronald at the end? He's gonna have to take a second lap out of him if he wants to.
It's good to see Quinton giving it everything he's got.
Yep.
He's trying.
Oh, and another cut there at the chicane as well.
Beautiful defensive driving. Oh, I'm gonna save this replay and I'm gonna play it 10 years back from now. En dan gaan ek sê, fuck it. This is absolute class. Class. Fuck.
Of course, this bearing no mistakes or stuff, I think the rest of the pack is pretty much confirmed. Settled. If you look at the time gaps as well, settled all, it's just it's only third place that's not confirmed yet.
The soft tires on that, especially with the wing damage, cannot feel good. Not.
I know it's just the end plate, but yeah, it makes a difference.
Huge. Huge. And then saving his battery, deploying it under the bridge, putting his car in the center.
RGTB still getting away.
Look at this defensive driving. Knows exactly where to put the car. And he's probably smiling under the helmet right now. Deploying a little bit, look at that. Going, turn one. Going up the hill. deploy a little bit more. Race cash. Casino Square. Dropping down the hill. Quentin having a look. But he can't. He
Gonna
can't.
have to, because less than 10 laps. He's been here for
so
a while.
much quicker, but he cannot pass. He cannot pass.
Legend not catching Ronald fast enough.
Yeah, look. Parking it on the ins. Oh, beautiful.
And
beautiful.
there on the outside is not gonna help.
The vet
No, look.
part,
We must give it to
parks
both
his
of
car on
them.
the inside,
Both of them fighting
on
it
the
lap after
braking
lap.
zone.
Quentin not running into him, not making mistakes, not locking up, not running wide. So you must give it to both of them.
Yeah, I do. They're championship contenders, both of them. But this is... That's why they're there. That's why they're there.
8 laps left, yeah, 8 laps left after this one. Like you said, they look Quentin favouring putting all 4 wheels onto that apex in the first corner.
Definitely with a broken end.
Oh,
Like,
now cutting it a bit with the hairpin as well.
fantastic job.
So look, from what I've seen so far, sorry to say it, but Quentin actually a good candidate for excessive corner cutting. I know it's on restrictive. It's on, well, restrictive has been changed to regular, but it was said that other drivers can report drivers for excessive corner cutting. And having the stream, I actually saw Quentin doing it consecutively, well, constantly.
Look, I'm not against it. I get why it's put in
Fine,
place,
but excessively?
some people can do it better
Every
than
lap?
others. And it's not. But if you watch driving like this, it puts it in perspective. Look at this. Look at this. Like together up the hill.
Oh, Quentin's going to have a look at the outside, but with the inside, and he had to brake. He had to pull out of that. He would have had the momentum coming into the inside. He would have had that inside line, but
No,
having
like,
the inside line, it would have been a very tight angle to make that corner.
No, it's like put your nose there, but if you lose the front
But
wing,
Maverick
it's your
was
shit.
not. Maverick was not going to make it easy either. Oh, a bit of contact there with a barrier.
Brilliant driving, this. Brilliant. This is what everybody wants to see.
No, proper wheel-to-wheel stuff. If you can see this
Proper.
every week. Now, an RJDV really got a pit lane to pit stop to spare with a gap he's got in front. If you look at the first half of this race, you wouldn't have said that this is going to be the case.
Win or no win, but drive of the day is this ook in the other blue car. Yeah, what a drive. Parking the bus soos a champion.
Oh, again.
Again.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this before. I know it can happen. I know it happens in real life. I know it happens. You know, you can get penalized in real life, etc., etc. I know it's a penalty and so forth. But I haven't really seen it in the game. And here tonight, I've almost seen it twice. 5-second penalty for cutting that, for crossing the white line on the pit exit. And just like Force earlier, 3-second went for cutting the corner. So just by exiting the pit lane, it's an 8-second penalty.
It's good.
John just showing Force their support by doing the same thing.
Just have a look at Quentin. He's trying to do it at an unconventional spot. And the
But he's also got an
unconventional
in-plate
spot-
missing. That is why he's dropping off now. He's also missing an in-plate.
Ah, he also.
Yeah, so it's fair play. Both of them have an in-plate missing. Because Quentin
This is
actually now for the because the
he
last
favoured
couple of
the-
corners, Quentin has been battling to hold on to Maverick. He's not so on
see
his
that.
gearbox like he did. And now actually you can see his front wing at versus the in-plate.
But in the past 2 laps, that was the corner. It was up to Casino Square, up the hill. He tried that
5 laps left after
unconventional move.
this. Vino is gaining, but is he gaining quick enough? It's just like Legend. Legend, if you look at Legend and Ronald, that's about 2 seconds a lap that needs to be taken out of the guy in front. You see, even with corner cutting on regular, there's still guys who get penalties. Like you said, is who can exploit it, who can make use of it the best,
It's the best, yeah.
who can use it to the advantage the best. Because knowing even if you do it excessively or a bit too much, you're still gonna get a penalty.
Look, for me, if you go all 4 wheels off the circuit, then it's cutting. That's for me. I can
Now
understand.
look, if all 4 wheels are off, it's cutting,
you're
but look,
racing and
if you
got
outbrake
half
yourself-
a wheel and you're trying to chase and you're battling wheel to wheel, I can understand
yellow
it
flag.
on normal
luckily
circuits,
not long lasting one. Now look, if you got all 4 wheels off, it's cutting, yes. Look, I understand if you outbrake yourself, you make a slight mistake, you run wide, now you put all 4 out. That's fine, but doing
On
it
the
lap after
outside.
lap is not a mistake.
Exactly. That's where the problem lies. If you make a mistake, you run wide, you get penalized. Not actually cutting the corner. That's where the problem lies. It's not with
Ooh, Sean with another one. I think he's pushing hard, he's pushing like crazy now.
It's
But he's
like
so far
making a
off,
mistake
ways
and
out.
getting penalized onto the mistake. That I can understand that. But what I've seen tonight, it's not running wide. It's not. It's
Legend actually
taking
catching these
advantage.
to unlap himself. Surely he's not gonna get involved yet to just unlap himself.
Driver of the day, the vet, all the way from here to fucking wherever you want to go. What a defensive driver. He was under pressure the whole race. From the same guy. The
Well,
night,
Both, well, the first part was Vina, and now for the majority of the race, it's Quentin. Just giving Quentin a little bit of an invite there, Quentin thinking
the
better of it.
night, both drivers victory. And he gained victory for his
And Vino's
teammate.
actually right as well. Vino's behind Legend. He's about to lap Legend, and then he will be with these two. Is he gonna back down with his teammate? Okay, there we go. Vino is past Ronald, past Legend. So Legend obviously ghosting being passed, so Vino's through. So Vino's gonna be with these guys. Yeah, he's right there. There we go. You can see they're all in the same screen. So now the question is, what's Vino going to do with having his teammate in front of him? They're both trying to attack this TGR.
No, you let him pass once before, you won't attack. The vet putting on an absolute masterclass. Masterclass.
I did say earlier, both TGR boys, Maverick and Legend, both of them are candidates for driver of the day. Oh wow, Quentin actually pulled over for Vino. Quentin has pulled over for Vino, funny enough.
Why?
And Quentin is actually the better guy championship wise. I know Vino's got the better tyres and the better car wing wise, because remember Vino's got no damage on the front wing and he's got the better tyres, but
if there's an accident in the next
that's
few
the other
corners,
thing, because that can also be Quentin
then
playing it clever. Because
we're
if
gonna
Vino
ask
takes out,
questions.
if Vino takes out not Maverick, Quinton's going to be the big winner there.
You won't be able to. Check this masterclass. Turn 1, up the hill. Covers the inside. Keeps on the inside.
But
Gives
Vino,
us
of course,
an
has got the
apex.
pressure rubber and he's got no
Look.
front wing damage. So he's the faster car. So yeah, it makes sense for Quinton. But like you say, they trip over each other. But now there's traffic in front as well.
Not the full. Check your car.
There we go.
Check this shit. Master
Oh,
class.
the other Saffron boy in front
Hello.
being about to be lapped by this 3. Oh wow, Maverick feeling like a Saffron victim here. Having all these Bafana cars here around him.
Nee, hy's nie 'n victim nie. Hy choke die bliksems check die car.
Oh wow, guy feeling pressure.
They can put anybody. Look at this fucking drive. The lines of the 70 laps. Still hitting the apex. Still knowing where to defend.
And they are about to start the final lap. One more lap to keep up with this immense pressure.
Check.
Vino
Oh,
with a huge corner cut there, but still not
Prachtig.
able to do anything with it.
prachtig.
Cutting away with a little bit.
TV parking the bus.
RZDV coming
Like a
around
champion.
Rush Gas now, final corner. And RZDV will win this one, 40 seconds gap, as you can see. RZDV, there's your winner, Mr. Monaco himself, winning Monaco. Mr. Monaco, well done RZDV.
Lekker boetie.
Oh, and Vino is going to have a look.
Oh, he touched.
Touched.
I think that's quite fair.
Yeah, that's quite fair, I know. And there's going to give him the position back, I think.
He's got no wing. The vet's got no wing.
Yeah.
To the last lap. If Quentin gets past now, you can see what the tactic
No, but that was Vino actually pushing Maverick there. That was Vino, sorry, driving like a real arsehole. Because there was contact made. Because Vino actually made contact there. Because for the
But you can
second time in the race, he actually touched Maverick and he pushed him.
Yeah, but you can see what the plan was to attack him and
Yep.
make that mistake or
Just
a
waiting for not
mistake yourself.
Fernando to
or-
cross the finish line, which is now, and then that is this race. So not Maverick losing out on the second place in the end, but yeah,
Driver of the day.
I know the game is going to say legend, and yes, he was in it, but after the pressure that the Safwan boys threw at him, I agree
Sure.
with you. I'm going to give it to
Not
Maverick.
Champion drive. That's championship material. Right there.
Mr. Monaco. Doing the Monaco shuffle.
Wat sê hy terwyl hy dit doen? Ek is kak.
There we go, just confirmation, Mr. Monaco RZDV taking it from 4th place up to 1st. He won. Vino coming in 2nd after that late contact there, pushing himself past, not Maverick taking 3rd place. Yeah, it's a bit tough one. He's ahead of Quinton, but there's Vino, so still it can go either way with those guys because Vino's also in the running still for the championship. So Ronald brought it home in 5th, Legend 6th, also brilliant start there from 13th all the way up to 6th. Buezo 7th, Jean in 8th, and not Fernando taking the last place. Of course, pretty much 4 drivers, and I'm surprised only 4 drivers, because all 4 drivers retired in a short space of time, and we saw 4 safety cars. And that was quite early in the race. That was quite early in the race, and thereafter no more safety car, and not even VSC. So different second half or different last 3 quarters of the race. But yeah, I think it was still a brilliant one.
good battle, so
No.
Safwan guys made it difficult. But yeah, you must give it to Maverick for holding his ground.
All drivers. I take my hat off to do 78 laps of that track. Pushing the limits. Trying to battle. Going
Let's
side by
see.
side. Whatever.
Let's see if we can get to him. We want Mr. Maverick and RCTV. I'm not going to invite Vino because Vino never pitch up for this. I don't know. Vino doesn't like this post-race stuff.
Tricky for Knoppy and...
No, I invited
come in.
him.
I
I
wanna speak to you,
invited
boy.
Vino to a few. He never pitch up for this.
Vino, fucking climb in here. I want to speak to you.
Not gonna happen. I've done enough races where he finishes in the podium, but he doesn't want to do his after race stuff.
It's well driven, and I can understand the strategy,
See, you said he's
especially
gonna
after the beginning.
I see you think he's gonna be busy with race videos. That's if they report stuff.
Oh, I know I am.
Ek hoor 'n kriek, so we have somebody here. We actually got both of them. Kriek.
Para. The vet.
Boys, no, I must say, TGR, I mean, if you look at the start of the race, the first half of it, it looked like it was Safwan, I mean, it had Safwan written all over it. But I think the worst thing was that early stop that Vino did after behind the first safety car. And that started changing things. But Maverick, defend. Doesn't matter which one of the Safwan boys, defend. And then
78 laps you did defending.
Defend. But also with you defending, you actually managed a big enough gap to make sure that your teammate was safe for the race win.
Exactly that.
Yeah, net so.
Nice
I
teamwork
told you,
because
that's
they had
the
teamwork.
check.
They did teamwork, you did your own teamwork. So you guys obviously, as it fell in, you made sure your teammate's going to get this win. You're going to help him. As much as they tried something else where Vino had almost no front wing, but tried to keep you into the clutches of Saf and Quinton, but still didn't work. But you managed to pick up some damage, not once but twice, where you and Vino were battling. But despite all of that, you're still on the podium after all that pressure.
Well, I'm a little bit disappointed to be honest, because I had no touching barriers or anything. My damage all came from Vino.
Yeah.
And it was twice where you got battled, of course.
So that's definitely getting reported.
The one where you actually where he actually put you in the barrier when you passed him after that damage wing of his, and right at the end where he also made a move on you.
Yes, exactly. He outbraked himself and he definitely caused damage. I believe he should have given the position back, to be honest.
Boys. I'm gonna make a bold statement right now in this chat.
Oh, what's in his bold statements?
We can send it to the whole world. Jimmy Broadbent and fucking JD and all those boys. This was single-handedly the best league race I've ever watched in my life. Straight.
Well, it was fun. I must admit that. It was stressful, but fun.
All three of you, all three TGR boys pulled in and had good races.
Yeah, even Rob, we told each other if we see that whichever one is fastest, we're just gonna let him through and go.
And can.
And Rob was always in front of you. There was never things like that because Rob just became more and more comfortable, and he hardly had airtime in front because you took all the airtime on you.
Yeah.
But Rob had a solid race in front. Also a bit of wing damage I saw when he stopped. He changed wing, but he managed it out and still wasn't enough. And I mean, Legend from 13th into 6th, so it was literally Safwan and TGR in the top 6, no one else. So real team effort, and of course, importantly, race number 8 and still 100% finish for TGR.
Yeah, I must say, even Vian, a legend, he still finished the race. It's impressive.
And from 13th into 6th, so that was a good jump as well.
That's a good, that's a good.
Why is
Mr. Monaco off brilliant race though. You weren't so cocked tonight. And we all know you like Monaco.
At night time.
It would have been better if it was full wet, eh?
I actually said in the beginning, imagine it was raining as well.
Oh no, this was a great race. I got my wing damaged after the second or third safety car.
But rightfully
Ek het die
deserved
5-1 gekos.
right, no, no.
5de lap.
Ja, jy wen. So jy het die tweede een gekos. But rightfully well-deserved win. I mean, we all know what happened in Brazil. You were also on your way for a win, and yeah, it didn't work out. So you finally got your win. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Ja, wel dan Rob.
Wat
Well done.
Ek gaan dit in Afrikaans sê. En sorry vir die mense wat watch en nie verstaan nie, maar wat ek gesien het vanaand tussen julle drie. En wie vinniger was en waar en wanneer. Toe daai eerste pitstops begin. Wie damage gehad het en wie nie damage gehad het nie, de wet het uitgekom en gery op ouer tyres en defend. Soos 'n Trojan. Vir jou, Rob, om 30 sekondes te trap.
Yeah, but
Ek het nog nooit sulke fucking synchronized team tactics.
it was actually 40 seconds when he crossed the start-finish line.
41 of 43, ek weet nie. Dis huge. Maar die ding is, Quentin was die vinnigste. Almal kon dit sien. Die ding waar die reis verander het, is toe hy stop, hy het vroeg gestop, hy het uitgekom op hard tyres, om na die einde toe te gaan.
En toe kry hy nog
David
wing
was nog
damage.
op sy eerste set, en hy het daai nuwe tyres, daai 2 sekondes 'n lap genullify om dit te ven, al die pad.
One thing to catch a guy, another to pass it. But at the same time, I also just want to give kudos to Quentin. Unlike his teammate, he also got frustrated, but he didn't get to the point where it turned into bumping cars.
Hy het nie
So great wheel-to-wheel riding. So hat off, kudos to Quentin for keeping it clean, not being so hastily like Vino. Unfortunately, I don't like saying things like this, but Vino, I know you can do better, but yeah, that's not what it's like to just go bumpy if you know you can't get past the guy.
Nee, the vet had wing damage. Quentin had wing damage. Quentin let him through to try attack the vet and choke him into a mistake. But he forced it too much. But you can his strategy seen.
Yeah, no, the thing is I was actually defending the line into the chicane.
No, we
And
could
then
see
he
that.
just came into me.
That's it. Because he knew you had the line, so he tried to make a move. But then, and then you kind of like backing off because you cut the corner when chicane. But yeah, considering the circumstances, I wouldn't have yielded. But still, kudos. But gentlemen, thank you. I know a couple of guys missed out on airtime, but third place was where the real battle was. Third place, which later became second place. But that's where the real battle was for the majority of the race, so that's where the most footage of. But we also saw some footage of like huge corner cuts as well. So, but you know what? At the end of the day, I just want to say one thing on air tonight before I finish off. There's been a couple of negative comments about corner cutting being changed from strict to regular. After tonight, nobody have reason to complain about it because everybody found a way to exploit it to their advantage. So I don't want to hear any more comments about regular corner cutting because after tonight, everybody showed that they're all on the same page with it. And on that bombshell, gentlemen, thank you for giving us a good race, something good to commentate on. For those of you watching, thank you so much for the support as always, and of course, thanks for the comments. Yui, nice seeing you back. And yeah, hopefully you will be busy in the steward's box. Let's hope a couple of guys give you something to keep busy. But guys, till next time, keep safe and, practice or whatever you want to do. You have there's like 4 weeks. We will be back on the 8th of January for the remaining 2 races of the season. Till then, stay safe. See you guys then. Cheerio.
Cheers.
Wag.